So this is a music video that I shot, uh, directed by a buddy of mine, Gabe, and we rented out a grocery store for the night. Shot overnight, wrapped at 6 in the morning, and for it's the official music video for this song Olay is uh, its own video. This was a remix, a Latin remix with Sierra Ramirez and C-Can, who's a big Mexican artist.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So there's one part in this video where it goes to C-Can that was actually not shot by me, but it was taken off of the style that we created, and it was
Okay.
shot in Mexico.
Okay.
And this was shot while I was out in LA.
Oh, so this is some grocery store out in LA.
Yep.
Do you remember where it
Oh,
was or what it's called?
I can't remember. It was like an eastern suburb,
Oh, okay. Because
probably like Ontario area.
there's one near me. Well, there was. I think it closed. I think it's called Fields Market.
Hmm.
And we drove by. It's so close that we've been driving by it for years since we've lived out here. And occasionally you'll see just a ton of trucks and like cameras and stuff out in that
Oh
parking lot.
yeah.
And so I think that was a store that they often rented out for who knows what commercials and TV.
It's
Uh,
crazy the amount, especially in LA, that it's like there's a handful of grocery stores that are the go-to grocery stores to shoot in because they've
oh,
got everything
really?
figured out. The lighting, or like there's enough power they know there, and
Oh,
they
sure.
learned how to
Yeah.
pull permits. So that stuff is kind of a little easier for the producers to just be like, let's go shoot at the Total Wine in Rancho Cucamonga.
Right. Okay. That makes smart. It's smart to set your store up that way if you're a grocery store
Yeah.
business. All right.
Um,
What else? What else do I need to know?
let's see. I shot more technical stuff, shot on a red helium camera in 8K with Zeiss Ultra Primes,
Okay.
which are like a cool like 70s, 80s lens.
I know the only words that you said that I know of are 8K.
Yeah, 8K. It's, we've got 12K and 17K now. So it
Ridiculous.
was crazy then. Now it's mainstream.
Now it's even crazier. And then, but you shot it in 8K, and then what was the final output? 4K, I assume?
4K, yeah. And we letterboxed it so it had a little bit wider of, like you can see, it's a little wider. We didn't
Yeah.
shoot anamorphic, so we actually just letterboxed it.
Oh, got it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
I I've okay, so I'll say I've never heard this song, the remix or the original. I don't think I've ever heard of these artists, so this will be all brand new.
Here's a funny story that still gets me to this day. Sierra Ramirez
Yeah.
walked in, um, and I was the first person there to say hi. I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Are you here for the video?" And she's like, "Yeah, I am." I'm like, "Cool. Are you like working with the crew or behind the scenes?" She's like,
Oh,
"No, I'm one of the artists." I'm like,
oh, yikes.
"Yeah, I'm never gonna do that again." One of those hard lessons learned.
Yeah,
Never guess anything.
right. Just have them introduce themselves. Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey,
But we
we
had a great time, and
oh, that's
I
good.
think she liked me at the end. So
Okay, good. Or if not, we can just cut that part from this video. Whatever you
I think
want
it's
to
funny.
do. All right, so I'm already like, okay, since I know this is your work, I'm like, or can I just ask you, like,
Yeah, ask away.
how much um, color, even this shot, because I mean, it's yellow background, you've got yellow, kind of like green yellow. It feels to me, it could be my monitor too, who knows, but it feels like a yellowy kind of tint. I don't know if that's just the background and the elements or if that's part of the style, but I mean, I would figure that out
Yeah.
as we play the video, but
No, overall, we were going for a more vibrant feel. I did the color grade on
super
this as
bright red.
well.
Yeah.
So, kind of was able to come up with like a couple things. Like I tried to, pop reds,
Yeah.
neutralize some like, essentially this intro as a whole is supposed to be kind of like a more like normal
Gotcha.
situation. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a little flatter. a little more desaturated so
Mhm.
that when it pops into the like fantasy world, it pops a little more.
Oh, fantasy world. Okay. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, take a look.
All right, here we go. Oh. Oh man. All right. So you said the other day you knew some people who were artists, I think, who can do like animation, like hand drawn
Yeah.
animation. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, this one is someone I don't know, the director's
Okay.
buddy that knows him, but they essentially went through frames that we shot in video, traced them out, and then we kind of we had this like comic book feel to it.
Hmm.
And then I animated like moving between frames of the comic book.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So they essentially sketched all these pieces out, and you'll see in a bit that it kind of like comes together in like these pages for transitions.
Okay. Let's check it out again. That was pretty sick. It caught my eye because also it was so fast. Those cuts are really, really fast.
This is the remix. Yeah.
Oh, there's that. Oh, so the comic book is like the pops of
Si ya
color.
sabes cómo me traes, pero te haces. You're gonna love me.
Oh, nice. So, oh, I spotted it. Okay, I was like, hang on, let me go back. First thought, I was like, where's that light on his legs? And it looks like
Mhm.
you've got a fluorescent light right there.
Yep, we just took a tube light and tossed it right on the cash register. It's some of this stuff is kind of like you're running last second to make things happen. So you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, I think we need something here. Let's just toss this tube here. It kind of looks
Right.
like a cash register thing. Like you kind of have to like be like, yeah, I'd buy that this would actually be here or not.
Right.
And then like,
Nobody would
the-
notice unless you
yeah, going
stopped
by
it.
if you're not analyzing it.
Yeah.
And then there's like, we kept some of the fluorescence. We were able to turn off like just banks of them.
Oh, yeah.
And
in
then
the
we
ceiling.
get up on a ladder and like just twist them off so that they don't get power.
Yeah.
So that we only had a few of them.
Yeah.
And then in the background, you can see there's a light. You can actually see the stand, but I was
Right.
kind of like, just let it be there. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of an industrial looking thing. It's shiny. There's light, whatever. And then I think this one, same kind of thing as that Thunderous music video. I think somebody's holding a light and moving in and out with me. And
With
I'm
the camera, you mean?
yeah, like I'm holding the Movi just like we saw in that music video, or just
Yeah.
like Thunderous. So I'm
Yeah.
moving in and out with it. You know, I was nice and strong then, so I just did it without any support. But
Sure.
I would never do it again. It kills your back.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, same kind of thing. I'm like moving in with them, and then someone's next to me with a light. They're kind of moving in with me as well.
Okay. Let me bring it back a little bit.
You're gonna love me.
I like the tune. Oh, they're okay. Red and green there. Switch. Yeah. God, well, you're right, because now it looks so dramatic when it cuts from this to like that.
Yeah, and like having all the lights on helps with that because
Yeah.
like a fluorescent overhead is not going to give you contrast that is interesting. So that works to our benefit as well.
Okay. Oh no, you didn't. Or maybe you did. All right, so I was looking at the ice cream over here, and I thought, wait, did you have to go in and spin all those buckets so the brand is not showing?
Hilariously not. I didn't even notice the ice cream over there, and the colors look cool and stuff. This is the first time I'm noticing the
No
ice
way.
cream.
Because
Yeah.
this looks like a smart water bottle, but I don't think you can tell the actual
Those
brand.
Well, I mean, you know, they're kind of like what you saw before. There's a lot of people on set looking at the monitor and doing things.
Yeah.
So there could be, especially with the smart water, I bet somebody did pop in there and just spin all the bottles
Okay.
because the
'Cause
director
these-
might be looking. Yeah, those are in there, but maybe they weren't noticeable enough. So the directors could have been like, "Hey, PA, can you go over there, spin the bottles or whatnot?"
Yeah. But is that even is that a thing? Like, are you supposed to do that? Because you don't want to. I don't know. If that was smart water and they see their bottle, are they gonna get angry about it or whatever? Or
I
you
think it's just
try
to be safe. Like,
just to hide it.
I mean, you would think like, why not just free press or
Just-
whatever? But I
yeah.
guess if they took some weird stance on
If it
something.
doesn't fit with your brand or their brand, then
Yeah, and you don't want to give people free press. They got to pay for it.
exactly. Yep. Product placement, baby. It's a whole industry.
I'll be your cover in a rainy monsoon. I'll be your sombría. Eh, ole, ole.
Contigo voy a bailar, el ritmo no va a parar. Tú y yo hasta el
I
final.
like the song.
Ole, ole.
Contigo me voy a quedar, nunca te voy a soltar. Can't let this one get away.
My dude
Gonna love me.
Voy a soltar.
just has
This
this.
one get away.
This guy's got this smile just
He's
plastered
perfect for it.
on his
Yeah.
face. Like,
He literally looks like the whole time he's just like, I can't believe I'm here. This is awesome. And I think he was thinking that in real life too.
oh god.
You're gonna love me. I'll be your boy.
He loves it.
I'm gonna love you till
So, all right.
it burns out.
Question. Oh, look at it. Now you got the doors open. I think they were closed right when they walked by.
Yeah, so I had the idea. I was like, if we open them, they'll fog up. So I was
Oh,
like,
that's smart.
so I had two PAs run through and open all of them really fast so that we could get some shots where they're like all open, gives this cool green glow,
Yeah.
and they're all fogging up.
Yep. And you ruined all the food in the grocery store.
Yeah.
So
There-
people
there was
got
somebody
sick that day. The next
Somebody
day.
was there and watching what we were doing, and they didn't say no.
Oh, okay. I was okay, so when you had the scene here, I had the idea in my head or the question came up and then I saw this again and maybe you kind of answered it, but like going into this, you knew you were going to be in a grocery store, probably. When you got the call to say, "Hey, we want you to do this video," the location is a grocery store.
hmm
And then were all of these shots planned? Like somebody said, "Oh, we want them walking down the aisle," and then you had the addition of opening the door. But like, did
Yeah,
you plan
the-
all that ahead of time?
Because when I'm like, this is a situation where I'm just hired on as the DP, and there's a director that's like directing and coming up with the whole concept. So
Okay.
the director pitches to me like, I want to do like a dance number here. We're gonna have like this jungle theme going on in somewhere.
Mhm.
It's kind of like a lot of like, I want to do this, 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 this. You tell me where you want to do it. And so we go through the day before and scout, and I'm kind of like, I know you want these things. Let me think of cool ways to be able to get that. Maybe we do this with the camera. Maybe we like let's set it up over here and I can do lights over here. So it's kind of like, it's a nice like teamwork situation where
Yeah.
he has the idea and doesn't have like a, we have to do it this way. It's left up then to me to be like, I think it's best if we do it over here. I know you want that. Let's do that like this.
Right. So he's got the concept, and then you actually figure out how to make it happen for real,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Like there's probably 2 or 3 ideas that I can remember right now that immediately have been scrapped. Like we didn't end up shooting it just because of time and whatnot. But you go in there with a bunch of ideas and then you kind of have to prep yourself for all of them.
Right. Well, and like you said, you probably want to go in with a ton of ideas because you know you won't be able to get to all of them.
Totally.
So
And so, like, interestingly, this frame that you're seeing here is an idea that I got from like working on Target jobs. And so I'm sitting on what's called a doorway dolly. It's just a very like smooth dolly that you can sit on or you could strap a tripod to or something.
okay.
And I'm sitting on that, and then we attached the cart to it. So the person pulling me is actually pulling the whole assembly. That way Major in the background can kind of like do a performance thing back there and not have to rely on pushing it straight.
So the cart, the shopping cart, is being pulled by somebody off camera.
Yeah, behind me pulling my cart.
Got it. Okay. Oh, that's
And
clever. Yeah.
and I had this idea of lighting as well, where essentially I put a big white bounce above me, and then I
Mhm.
put lights on the ground of the doorway dolly below me, so it's shooting up, bouncing onto her. So then, as
Oh
we're
my
moving, the lights
God.
moving.
The light stays on her the whole time.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and that I think I might have made that up on the day, like, and when the term "on the day" always means when we're there shooting.
Yeah.
So we'll say, like, we'll figure it out on the day. That just means when we're on set for this shot, we're going to figure it out.
Oh my God. And how many shots have those where you're like,
In an environment like this, a lot of them have
oof.
a lot figured out. Like a lot of these situations, I'm figuring out light, because it's, you can plan for things all you want, but once you see it actually on set, then you're like, okay, now we have to change things. You're
Right.
always putting together a puzzle that somebody's pulling pieces away from.
Right. Or throwing new ones in.
Yeah.
Damn. That's it gives me anxiety thinking about
It's
it.
so fun. It's just problem solving the whole time.
Right.
I'm exhausted at the end of the day.
I'm sure. All right, God, that's a cool. Yeah, the kind of like green and red again theme.
Mhm.
Yellow, green, whatever, green, yellow, whatever you call it.
Because you love me, I'm gonna love you till the sun burns up. Yeah. Now all you love is way.
That guy is killing me.
If you got love, let's see you way.
So this is the part that I didn't shoot. This is all in Mexico, but they did a good job replicating what we did.
Oh, this part here. Okay. Oh, so any of those warehouse shots or just this scene?
Any of these shots with this talent.
Oh, got it. Okay. So yeah, you would never know. Like, so okay, so like this was shot by somebody else
Mm-hmm.
in Mexico, and then what they sent the footage to you? Did you have to edit this whole thing together, or your team?
I didn't edit it. The director edited this, and then I did the
Gotcha.
color grade. And
Okay.
so I get the footage, and I'm like, luckily I have things to work with that feel similar in the vein.
Yeah, okay. So you did have at the end you could have changed the color, but really that's the only thing you could change at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to make sure the team down there is pretty set up.
Did you send them like shots that you had made? Like,
I think the director did, like, had a conversation with the team that shot it down there
Yeah.
and said, we want to do like all of these plants they definitely brought into this warehouse space or whatever it is. I mean, like in a situation like this, they're doing it all over again. There's a team in Mexico that's scouting out a location, finding the location, finding props to bring everything, getting all the lights to feel the same way, adding the haze. It's like the whole set of work that we just did for our grocery store, they're doing it again.
Jesus, it seems like a lot of work. Do it twice. It looks good. Like I would have never known.
Yeah,
I
it
would
kind of feels
just-
like the back warehouse of
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
grocery store.
Definitely. Definitely.
Amanecí debajo de usted, sé que el infierno tira si la la conociera, vale, pida lo que quiera, que espere la billetera, yo no quiero que me quiera y tú no quieras con cualquiera que la quiera.
And then the editing of it all together is really cool.
Hola, hola, deja primero dejar la pistola, luego me bailas, la pista está sola, súbele güey que me gusta esta rola. You don't love me.
There's a cool little Easter egg in here. If you go back to the comic strip, like I kind of did an effect. The comic strip thing I animated, and I wanted it to have this feeling where it's like ink bleeding away.
Yeah.
So as it's transitioning to this other one, that middle part, I
This
took
part.
the frame on the right side.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, them. I kind of am doing that ink bleed animation over the footage, over the like drawing that
Yeah.
the artist did. So it's just like a little Easter egg as we're doing this transition.
So this is, wait a minute. So you've got the elements are, okay, so you can see the cartoon piece of it. the real actors and then an ink bleed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so were the actors on the top layer? Because it looks like you're poking holes. You can see the cartoon behind it.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm pretty sure they're behind it technically. So I used them on top, or the on top is the animated hand drawn part, and then I'm losing the
and then
opacity
I
on
was
the ink bleed.
got it. All right, so I had it reversed. Okay.
Because then if you
makes more sense.
look at the previous frame, it's transitioning into the animated piece.
Into the cartoon. Yep. Oh, nice. That looks slick. How did you do these frames and stuff? I don't know.
So they sent us like all of the frames that they're going to do, and then I just went in After Effects, placed them where I wanted to, added the animations on top, and then
so-
did a virtual camera move.
So did you do these? You had to like manually draw these black lines on here in the white background and
Yeah.
make it look like the cartoon strip? Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Okay. Crazy. It's a lot of work. That dude is still smiling.
I'm gonna love you till the sun burns out. Yeah. Now all you love is way. Every love away. If you got love, let's see
Oh, it's a grocery outlet.
Oh yeah.
I saw it on the cart.
till the sun burns all the way up.
Awesome. Oh, there he is. There he is. My
Can you
dude.
believe it?
It's real. Oh, special thanks to Grocery Outlet. Yeah, so it was all these people.
Yeah. That was the funny thing. On crew, I think there was like 5 people, but there was 30 people here.
Jeez.
It's just like a bunch of extras. There's a bunch of behind the scenes being shot. So there was like 4 different people doing BTS, choreographer, the artists, and then the artists have people there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's a whole operation.
Damn. That's crazy. So you said this was you said you filmed it in one night? Is that right?
Yeah. So a lot of these locations you have to get in there when they're not operating, because otherwise they're losing money.
Yeah. Sure.
So unless you're like paying a lot of money to have that location, they're like, we're not going to lose money for you. So I think they closed at like 9, and then we were there from 9 to 8 in the morning, or maybe 6 in the morning. I was driving home at sunrise.
Jesus. And you literally used all the time you had.
Yep, pretty much. I think it was like we saw the people opening the store when we were leaving.
Oh God. Okay. I can't imagine, like, because you've got to set up. I mean, you're talking about moving cameras and props and stuff for different scenes, but then you've got the whole setup and tear down.
Yeah.
Tear down to do before they open the store for like real customers to come in.
Yeah. Well, and there's like the strategy when you're shooting that I'm going to see that area we were just in. We have to make sure we tear down completely, or we're moving on to this location. We can start shooting it, and then they can start tearing down while we're filming.
Yeah.
It's just all part of the scheduling of it. And then, we move outside, and we need the lights that were inside because it's completely black outside. So we need to figure that out. And we have generators out there, and yeah, it's
Good God.
yeah. And sometimes things seem so easy until you actually get to it.
Yeah, you don't, when you watch the music videos, it just looks like this one just looks like so much fun. It's like, oh, we're just going to go there. We'll have some handheld cameras and we'll just put some lights up and we'll just dance around like.
Totally. And it did feel like that. Like this was a
absolutely.
very fun video to shoot, which was great.
Right. Yeah, you just don't see the amount of work and planning and whatever. It's crazy. 3 minutes and 14-second video, and Jeez. So
It did all right.
you shot that in a day, and then what do you think? Well, you shot in the day, but then how long do you think the Mexico shot took?
They may have gotten by with a half day. We don't like, I don't typically like it. I don't accept, or like, sorry, that's a weird way to put it, but I don't typically do half day shoots because if you get booked for a half day, I can't do anything else. So, a lot of times you're just kind of like, it's a day.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But it probably only took a half day
Yeah.
to shoot it down there. It looked like a pretty like smaller area of a store and whatnot.
Okay. And
But I know
you,
the turnaround was crazy. I think it was this. We probably shot it and released it like 2 weeks later.
I was just going to ask you how much time or how long did it take to edit, color, etc. Like all the post stuff you did.
Yeah, I think like Gabe was editing and working with his buddy on the comics. Well, actually, a lot of the, or no, sorry, so his buddy made a comic book and made it to be the handheld thing. So made the cover, the back cover,
Yeah.
and then a couple pages inside, so it looked legit.
Yeah, that the
Then
Smiley Kid was holding.
Yeah, exactly. So we needed a prop in there, and that same person then, after we shot it, took main frames from the edit to be able to draw over for the
Yeah.
transitional pieces as Gabe's editing it.
Oh God. So you're doing all that work is going on, the editing, the artist literally drawing on it and then having to send it back to you and then edit that in.
Yeah, and you have to have it edited to a point where you can send it to get these frames drawn because you're going to use that frame for the
Exactly.
transition.
Right. And then insert all the footage, the other footage from the Mexico shoot.
Yeah, and then like
Jesus.
Gabe comes over to my place and we edit or we work on the color for, I think it was a full evening, probably like 5 hours of color work.
Damn. That's surprising. I thought it would take longer than that, but
Yeah,
well, I guess you guys
sometimes
know what you're doing too, so
Yeah, sometimes it's not too crazy. I mean, there is some like localization that we had to do where we're following the face and brightening up the face sometimes when it gets a little dark.
yeah.
So there's some of that stuff that just takes time because you have to track it and whatnot. But otherwise, we kind of come up with our look and then we apply it across everything.
Right. Damn. Awesome. Well, yeah, I gotta go back. So unfortunately, we had to keep the volume low because for whatever reason today, this playback, when we had the YouTube volume up, I couldn't hear Dallas talking and he couldn't hear me. So I'm gonna have to listen to this track. I like it. I like the
Yeah,
style. I like the vibe.
no, it's
Um,
super fun.
cool. Nice job, man. It looks really
Thank
good.
you.